Alright, what's happening, y'all? It's your boy Rico from Street Scores coming with another video. My eyes been killing me for the past couple of days, so I haven't been making videos. But at this point, it's too much going on in Redskins Nation for me to stop making videos. So I'm just not gonna be in front of the camera. I'm just gonna record the audio, and you just got a picture of me at the bottom left making the same face the whole time. I'm sorry, but I gotta get this Redskins content out to y'all, so the show must go on. Also, thank y'all for helping me reach 5K subscribers. I wanted to do a live stream the day of, which was Monday, but again, eyes hurting. So once I'm able to sit under bright lights again, and I'm more likely gonna be wearing shades at least for a little while after I'm able to do it again, I'm gonna do just a straight up 5K subscribers celebration stream. We can talk about anything y'all want to talk about. We can talk about video games, anime, cologne, football, of course, basketball, it's whatever. So we're just gonna do like a 2-hour 5K celebration live stream. But until then, I'm gonna keep bringing y'all videos. You just won't be able to see me talking, but I got these videos coming. So much content I'm ready to come out with that I just been holding back because I've been waiting to be able to actually be in front of the camera, but I can't do that yet, so let's get it. Alright, so Ron Rivera just confirmed that the Redskins were offered a first-round pick for Trent Williams last year, right at the trade deadline in October, which is usually when a great veteran player's trade value is at its highest, because that's when a team is trying to make a playoff or a Super Bowl push, and they may just be one veteran player away, one highly talented veteran player away from actually being a really good team and a Super Bowl contender. Right before that trade deadline in October is when teams finally realize who they truly are, and they're able to see that, hey, if we're just a left tackle away from winning a Super Bowl, and those windows don't come often, we'll be willing to give away a first-round pick for a future Hall of Famer at left tackle, especially one that isn't that old. So I'm not surprised that we were offered a first-round pick for Trent Williams. It was rumored already, and I already believed the rumors because it sounded highly likely. But now, Ron Rivera said, quote, "Well, I know this much. There was an opportunity from what I was told that last year, just before the trade deadline, he was worth a first-round pick. For whatever reason, the deal was never done. Then because he didn't play for a year, that number somehow changed. He's still that kind of player. He still has that skill set. And he's a guy that's going to go to San Francisco and should play well for them." Unquote. So it makes a lot of sense why his trade value diminished over time. First of all, we all hate Bruceless Allen, or some of y'all call him BRUCIFER, for messing up that whole trade, because it seems like the only reason he didn't trade Trent Williams for a first round pick was to be spiteful towards Trent Williams, to be petty, to flex his ego, to flex his muscle, you know, just emotional stuff, illogical stuff that gets in the way of successful franchises, stuff that has plagued the Redskins for several years now since Bruce Allen's been here. So we're not surprised, but it does suck. But of course, over time, with Trent Williams not playing for an entire year, him being a relatively disgruntled employee, even though he never really lashed out on social media, but that also had to have been factored in, the fact that he was just willing to sit out. And I wouldn't be surprised if the other 31 teams colluded to make sure that everybody is in agreement that Trent Williams' trade value shouldn't be worth a first, and if everybody else offers something less than a first, then they can all bring down Trent Williams' trade value together. That way nobody has to give up too much. Even though that probably didn't happen, I just wouldn't be surprised if every other team in the league came together and decided that we need to lower Trent Williams' trade value altogether, because it won't work if a lot of teams feel like he's only worth a second or lower, and then you have this one team that's desperate enough to go get him for a first. It'll ruin the whole thing. So whether it be strategy or just to get payback on the Dan Snyder owned Redskins where Bruce Allen used to be employed at, you never know really. I'm just shooting hypotheticals out there, but at the end of the day, I'm not surprised that Trent Williams' trade value diminished so far over time, especially since we tried to trade him during the draft when there were at least 4 to 5 great tackles available in this draft that teams could be happy with over Trent Williams. There was no tackle in this draft that we can assume will be as great as Trent Williams, but there were some great tackles, including my top 5 was before the draft even started: Andrew Thomas, Tristan Wirfs, Jedrick Wills, and Mekhi Becton, and then there was a small gap, and then there was Sadiq Charles, and then there was everybody else. And if you're a team that ended up with one of those 5 tackles, then you're pretty good. Luckily, we ended up with one of them, and Sadiq Charles, and in a way later round than he was supposed to go in. He should have gone in the first round. Second round at the latest, we got him in the 4th, so that's really cool. But nobody in this draft was Trent Williams, and that's widely known. But a lot of people just didn't want to deal with the headache. A lot of people didn't want to deal with his age. A lot of people don't want to deal with the money he's owed. That's the 49ers' biggest problem right now, and that's probably the biggest reason why his trade value was so low. How much money he was demanding versus last year when he had 2 years left on his contract. The 49ers have to figure out how to extend him now and pay him big time money. Otherwise, trading for him would have been useless. Otherwise, you would have just rented him for a year. And even though they are making a Super Bowl run after they just were in the Super Bowl last year, adding Trent Williams only makes them more formidable. But you still don't want to only have Trent Williams on a 1-year rental, so they're going to have to figure that out. So I'm pretty sure they definitely feel like a 3rd and a 5th for the headache that is Trent Williams, even with all of the talent that he brings, was definitely worth it in their eyes. Now, us as Redskins Nation, we definitely can tell that Trent Williams is going to bring 1st-round value talent to the 49ers easily, even like top 10 pick talent. But I agree with Ron Rivera. At this point, this is the best that we could do, especially with Trent Williams being picky as to where he wanted to go. There was a possibility that the Vikings offered more than what the 49ers gave us for Trent Williams, but then Trent Williams didn't want to go to the Vikings, so that killed that whole trade possibility. So the 49ers was the best that the Redskins could do. And honestly, Redskins fans will be happy next year to have an extra 3rd round pick, especially if the draft is as deep as this past one was, because there was still some kind of 1st round talent available in the 3rd round. Me personally, I wish we could have gotten a 2nd or better, but a 3rd and a 5th isn't that bad, especially to get the headache off the team, to get the locker room cancer off the team, to get his negative energy out of the organization. I'm definitely okay with just getting the situation done. Kyle Smith even addressed in a Zoom meeting / interview that Trent Williams is clearly worth a 1st or better, but this is the best we could do at this time, and we're just all happy to have it over with, including Trent Williams' side. So this trade makes sense for everybody. If we had to pick a winner and loser, of course the 49ers are the winners and the Redskins are the losers. But honestly, we both win in the trade, because it's better to have a 3rd and a 5th pick than nothing, because I feel like Trent Williams is going to do whatever he could to just end up not playing anyway again. Now, hopefully, that 2025th round pick we used to draft center Keith Ishmael, and that 2021 3rd round pick we'll use to draft, hopefully, a starter, hopefully a Pro Bowl caliber player, will make up for it, but only time will tell. We'll have to look back this time next year and see what we did with that 3rd round pick to truly be able to gauge it. And even with all of this drama, I'm pretty sure Trent Williams will definitely still be presented in the Redskins Ring of Honor. I'd be surprised if he wasn't, even with all of the pettiness going on. But we'll see how that goes when we reach that point. But for now, Redskins Nation are just happy to be done with the whole Trent Williams situation, and the 49ers are happy to just suddenly come up on a Hall of Fame left tackle, especially since they needed to replace Joe Staley immediately. And even when fully healthy, Trent Williams is probably still better than Joe Staley, so this is just an upgrade all around. But since Joe Staley is leaving and retiring, this is just a huge come up for the 49ers. But that's the end of this Redskins report. Again, I'm sorry y'all can't see me, but this is just how my videos are gonna have to be, just for a little minute. Can't stop the Redskins content. I wanted to keep coming out with content every day since the draft. Tried to take a couple of days off, eyes still weren't feeling it, so now this is just how I'm gonna have to do videos. But the show will continue. Let me know in the comments how you feel about this whole Trent Williams situation and how upset you are with Bruceless Allen, because I'm done with this guy. It might be on site for this guy with me. I'm just playing though, but for real, man, Bruceless, I'm so glad you're gone. This new Redskins era is finally doing things the right way, and I love the fact that Ron Rivera and Kyle Smith are showing a new Redskins era in which they're not petty enough to not do business with ex-Redskins coaches or players or whatever. He was willing to trade Trent Williams to Kyle Shanahan, and there was nothing personal about it to get in the way. It was just the best value that they could get, and they weren't willing to just not do the trade just because it's Kyle Shanahan, and I love that. This is a new era. This is a new team. Everything is all business. Everything is what's best for the team. No personal emotions or egos getting in the way, and I love it. So let me know in the comments how y'all feel about everything, and please like the video if you liked it. If you learned anything, please subscribe if you haven't. Infinite content coming, and again, I appreciate the support and the patience from y'all. I'll catch y'all later. I'm out.